My 18F boyfriend, 19M, cheated on me to piss me off. English isn't my first language, so I'm sorry for all the mistakes. Me and my boyfriend began dating at 16 and we hit our 2Y anniversary recently. 6 months ago he left to study abroad, which made our relationship long distance. We had our ups and downs, but since our separation it became unbearable. He broke up with me about 3 times and yet he still was the one to make things up. I know for a fact that he didn't have any type of relationship with others at those times. Though, the latest breakup was the last straw for me. I found out that he has been sexting with a girl for about 2 weeks. When I confronted him, he told me that he wasn't even attracted to her and he was doing those things just for me to read them and break up with him. He said that this case can't be considered cheating because he did it on purpose. I did, but now I DK what to do, since he told me that he would like to have a relationship with me, but he doesn't want to do it long distance. He also mentioned that he might want to cheat on me in future, because he needs it physically. I was planning to move to the same country, but I don't know how long it will take to do so, also I don't know if it's worth it. I feel like I love him, but he doesn't treat me right, blaming it on the distance and stress. Is there someone who's been in same situation? Should I risk it, or just dump him? If so, how can I overcome the breakup? Too long did not read. My long-distance boyfriend denies cheating and asks me to move to his country. No, there are definitely red flags that scream for a breakup. Please end the relationship. If you continue to stay with him, you'll only get hurt and he'll use you staying with him against you. This means he can do anything and you'll always take him back. Don't give him that power. You will find someone better. You're worth so much more than that. Leave his ass high and dry. You can't be serious. He's a cheater, will continue to cheat and find dumb new reasons why it's okay. Save yourself the heartache and dump him now. He cheated on you and said he might cheat again. Break up. You're young. You have time to move on and meet someone else. My partner, 20 male, says he can no longer pay for me, 20 female, when we go out. I am pursuing my BA right now. I quit my job at the beginning of this semester. He works full-time and makes like 48K I think. I don't mind not being paid for, but it simply means that we cannot go out. I offer to get fast food, and he says no, that we must get something more expensive because he can't eat fast food. I offered to stay home and cook, but he denies that any of the food I have at my house constitutes as a meal: veggies, rice, soup, ramen. Now, I understand that he doesn't owe me his income. I think it would generally be an extremely patriarchal situation, if not for the bigger picture. My boyfriend was unemployed and dirt poor for the first 6-8 months of our relationship. I paid for everything, even stuff he needed like toiletries, bedding, groceries, etc. while he got his associate degree in welding. Once he got a job, we started being able to go out on nice dates. My job was part-time and paid minimum wage, so I sometimes pitch in by bringing snacks, drinks or cheap food over to his place. On the other hand, his incessant need to eat out coupled by the shaming, "I really can't pay for you anymore. You need to pay for yourself because I am poor," attitude is really bothering me. He thinks he is poor because he's saving up for a car down payment. I am poor because I literally have $1,000 to live off of for 3 months. Additionally, I tend to pitch into the relationships in other ways. I help him clean his room every weekend. I buy him gifts, write him letters, do his hair, drive us around, etc. When I do start marking more, I will start pitching in as much to our meals. But how can I not feel hurt when he says like, "I'm gonna get dinner for me, so you can get some if you can pay for yourself," or, "I'm not gonna pay for you on our dates anymore," which means we won't be having dates. So, what's yours is his and what's his is his. Got it. He's being unkind. This is unacceptable. It sounds like he used you to get on his feet. Stop doing everything for him and get your ducks in a row. Quit doing stuff for him. You're not his mom. He isn't reciprocating in any way, shape or form. You're a codependent pleaser more than likely and Heb doesn't care one bit. Why are you staying with THSI asshole? Because it doesn't sound like you're getting anything out of this relationship at all. Don't expect things to get better when you make more money. He will not change. Stop doing extras for him. No cleaning, no hairstyling, no more gifts, no more chauffeuring. If he's demanding you go out to a nice restaurant, he needs to pay. You can tell him that restaurant isn't in my budget for this week. You can go alone if you wish, or you can cover my meal. My 23 female boyfriends, 28 male girl best friend, 27 female Tried to talk him out of the relationship with me. My boyfriend and I met a year ago, started dating about 6 months ago, and I moved in with him 3 months ago. We are very happy. My family adores him and his family adores me, and he's the best boyfriend you could ask for. He is literally the man of my dreams in every way. He is handsome, tall, professional boxer, has the same culture, religion and plans for the future like me, same family values, and treats me like a princess. I'm also his first girlfriend. E, 29 male, M, 28 female. A, 27 female, and him are best friends since childhood, at least 15 years. E and M are a couple and living together, and A is single. They often went on vacation together with each other's families and live on the same street. M and A also work together. I met them about 4 or 5 times, and we celebrated New Year's and my boyfriend's birthday together. They weren't rude to me, but never really included me in conversations or answered my questions with more than a one-word answer, except for a few times when they were drunk. I really tried to bond with them, but thanks to me being bullied in school for a long time, I have trouble making friends and being in large groups. They are all very loud, quirky and outgoing, while I am also a little bit bubbly when I'm with my family or alone with my boyfriend, but rather introverted, shy and quiet in big groups of people I'm not close with. Now the situation. My boyfriend and I went to a cute little restaurant on Valentine's Day, and I posted a picture of us there. After a few minutes I saw that M saw the post. I tend to overthink and asked him if he thought that M has some kind of problem with me, because the last time we met, she and A were especially cold to me. He said he doesn't know, but he said that they really were cold to me and didn't try to include me in anything. He then said that A texted him a week prior to Valentine's Day, a day after we celebrated his birthday. He showed me the conversation, and she basically said that she and M both have a weird feeling about me, that I would look at them like I'm pissed off with a venomous look on my face, that maybe I'm too young for him. They have a feeling that I'm using him and just pretend I have feelings for him, and that every time I whisper something to him that it looks like I'm giving him crap about something. She complained how he spends too much time with me and they don't see him as much anymore, that I'm stealing him from them. Also she said that maybe it's too early to move in together, and since I'm his first girlfriend he should be careful and shouldn't be too naive with me because they have the feeling that I'm tricking him. She mentioned that he got more quiet since he's with me and he looks tense. She said that M also wanted to talk to him about that in person. He defended me and the relationship in the whole conversation, but she didn't seem to believe him and still tried pushing him more and more to rethink the relationship. After I read this I was shocked, because this girls didn't even try to get to know me and already had a bad opinion on me and judged me. They also have no idea how me and my boyfriend treat each other, especially when we are alone. I moved 400 kilometers away from my family, my friends, the town I grew up in, and my college. I cook, clean and do the laundry. On his birthday I spent 8 hours making him a Dragon Ball Z cake, because he loves Dragon Ball Z and I wanted him to be happy. I always make personal gifts for him and watch his favorite shows with him. This relationship is the most healthy one I've ever been in, and I feel safe with him. The days after that I got into a really bad mental state and cried often, because I was very scared that he's going to leave me because of it. He assured me his isn't going to, because he loves me very much, especially my big heart and how I always care so much about the people that I love and do everything for them. He said that they only met me a few times and don't know me and judged way too quick. One thing that's bugging me about all of this is that A one time drunkenly confessed to me that she tried to make a move on him very often in the past, but he always rejected her. She said it was all a joke, but with her now trying to wreck our relationship I'm not sure anymore. My boyfriend said that they need to accept that I'm going to be the woman on his side and that they will like me eventually someday, but it's hard for me to be around them knowing that they talked so much shit behind my back without knowing anything about me or our relationship and making false claims out of nowhere. I don't think I could ever trust them, but I don't want my boyfriend to be conflicted because of this. I would appreciate any suggestions about how I can behave in this situation. If you want this relationship to work, you will have to be polite and fake it until they accept you. Or don't. What they think of you is irrelevant. What matters is how your boyfriend feels, and he clearly chose you. Trust that. I don't think you should be pretending to be nice to them. They have already made you very stressed. Trying to play nice would only burden you even further. What does it mean you don't want your boyfriend to be conflicted about it? You want him to be okay with their behavior? Please have some self-respect. Not only should you be upset about it, but if they continue, your boyfriend should be increasingly upset about them as well. You're not wrong. They are trying to get you out from under him, but there is a way to go about this. Which is to catch them saying something cruel to you or doing something, and you may not be able to do it all at once. You stay the way you are, but you start recording a little snippets when you're around with them, because eventually they will lose their cool and say something, and he will begin to see who they are, and move more away from them. If you do anything else, change who you are, get overly needy, anything else, you will be the problem. So stay true to who you are, they will eventually slip up. The only thing your focus should be on is you and your so. Communicate with each other often, and both of you should feel safe doing this. If you hear them speak about you when you're around them, let them know you understand why they are protective of him and that you feel protective of him as well. Let them know you hope they can move past this and support their friend. While your moving in seems rushed to me, it isn't unheard of, and to each their own. The age difference isn't crazy. As far as his two friends? My vote is they thought of themselves as their own foursome, and A and your boyfriend should be a couple. It's great they are all friends, but people grow up and meet new people. They sound like mean girls to me, and I would do my best to be polite but engage as little as possible. I think they would act like this to anyone he dated, and it isn't personal. How do I 25F get over not being my BFS 29M type? I know he's allowed to like different body types, but it's crushing my self-esteem. The girls that he gets off to are the complete opposite of what I look like. How do I get over this? Do IFKN need therapy? It's been 6 years and I feel so ugly to him, even though he's never said that. Friends. This isn't a porn issue, lol. I used to do not say for work content. My issue is just that I don't think he'll ever be as attracted to me as he is to girls that he looks at on the internet. I am aware this is probably my own mental issue, but how do I get over this, is the question. I'm just gonna say this. My husband wasn't my type. At all. But he was just so. Him, I love that man. My type can piss off because they will never make me a fraction as happy as he does. Plus I find him sexy as hell, so that helps. Types are a mental thing. Love is everything. You definitely could benefit from therapy. Work on having a high self-esteem and loving yourself regardless of how anyone else feels about you. It's been 6 years and I feel so ugly to him. I think that's your answer. So sorry you've spent 6 years feeling this way. My husband isn't my type at all. At all. Like, I wouldn't have looked twice. But he's so kind, gentle, bends over backwards, a generous lover, can't cook if his life depends on it though. He makes me happy and we work well together. That's what matters. Other than his getting off, masturbation? Habits, are there any signs he's not interested in you? What people fantasize about often doesn't match with reality. Drawn porn wouldn't exist if it did. Heck, after Who Framed Roger Rabbit came out, no shortage of people had Jessica Rabbit in their top 5, and she's animated. Maybe therapy is worth pursuing, but it's also worth nothing that fantasy life is not real, it is just fantasy.